Christmas special. Bah humbug, it's Jack D. There's nothing like a Dane, Christopher Biggins, and their team captain, John Locke. And facing them tonight, Santa's little helper, Josie Long, Christmas cracker, Lorraine Kelly, and their team captain, Jason Manford. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to the 8 out of 10 Cats Christmas special, a show about survey statistics and, of course, Christmas. Did you know, for example, 90% of people think that Christmas is too commercialised, and there's a special name for those people, tight-fisted twats. If you're watching, children, I don't want to spoil Christmas for you, but not only is Santa made up, so's Jesus. And your dog didn't go and live on a farm. Different religions celebrate Christmas in different ways and at different times. Some people in the Middle East, for example, celebrate their Christmas on September the 11th. So we've got a lot of Al-Qaeda in, have we? And it takes up to 15 years to grow a 6-foot Christmas tree, but just 30 seconds to lob it over the fence into your neighbour's garden on January 6th. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what are their favourite things about Christmas Day. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 things about Christmas Day. Sean, Biggins, Jack D, what are your favourite things about Christmas Day?
Well, first, Jimmy, I'd just like to say a very Merry Christmas to you, Jimmy. I hope you have a wonderful seasonal period. Filled with joy and good tidings. And that Santa brings you everything you want.
Yeah. Hear, hear.
Yeah. So I guess how you'll be spending Christmas.
He gets visited by 3 ghosts.
Yeah. But Merry Christmas, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Bah humbug. So, what have you got planned? What do you like about Christmas Day?
Where do I start? What about you, Jack?
It's a busy time of year for me, you know, because there's so much more joy to kill.
Let's ask Christopher Biggins.
I love Christmas.
That's the only time you work, isn't it? Christopher.
Yeah.
Mr. Christmas, really, you are, aren't you?
I am,
What's
I
your
love it.
favourite bit of Christmas Day?
I love it all, but because I do, you're right, I do pantomime at the end of the year, and I'm at the Wolverhampton Grand Theatre doing Aladdin, seats at all prices, and it's a great time. But because I'm so busy, I do all my Christmas shopping all through the year. I have a Christmas cupboard. I know this is going to upset you. And in this cupboard,
As long as I'm not in it.
No, you came out years ago, didn't you?
Yes, I'm pretty much the least camp man on television.
I
You mean presents? You love
Presents. I love presents, and I see something, you know, if I'm on a holiday or if I'm on somewhere, and I think, oh, I'll keep that, and I'll put it in this cupboard, and then it's there. You see, you don't have to go all that mad Christmas shopping at the last minute. You know.
Have you ever got anything you liked, Jack?
What, for Christmas?
Yeah, present-wise.
No. I've just... Well, the thing is, you know, when you grow up, you stop being excited. I haven't been excited about anything since I was 3, and I realised it's
You've
not
been
the
like
same.
this since you were 3.
Yeah, more or less, yeah. It's stuck with me.
I sort of was about 7 or 8. I remember Christmas Eve, I was lying in bed. Me and my brothers were in the same bedroom, and they were younger than me. And about 11:30, there's a weird time about 11:30 where the kids are pretending to be asleep, and the adults know that they're not asleep, but they let it go because it's Christmas Eve. And there was some sleigh bells just outside the house, and we were like, a little bit excited, sleigh bells. And then my dad leant out of a window, so about 11:30 at night, he leant out of a window and he went, "Oi! I don't care who you are, get the bloody hell off my roof!" And we were in our room going, "Oh my God, it's Santa," and Dad's just bollocked him.
Did you used to write to Santa, Jason? Did you?
Every year.
Yeah. It never worked for me. I ended up writing to God in the end.
Go above his head?
No, I did. I went to the church and I took the baby out of the crib, left a little note. Dear God, if you ever want to see your son again... Chop a rally next day. It worked.
Do you like Christmas shopping?
No, I don't. I do it all on the internet.
You do it all on the internet?
All on the internet. It's much, much easier. You can sit there in your nice pyjamas, you know, with Santa on them, or snowmen, or whatever.
I'm painting a picture.
And just like that. I never used to trust it, but I do trust it now. Because I never used to think that it would actually arrive.
But you do all the shopping on the internet, and then it turns up in about 150 different boxes, all those stupid polystyrene filling stuff, and you've got to take all that. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
all that rubbish. You buy one little thing, and it comes in a box that size, and you know you thought it was all going to come in one box. It's all done, but no. For the next 20 days, you've got a postman knocking at the door at inconvenient times. You've got another bloody parcel to sign for, and another load of boxes to get rid of. And another load of those stupid polystyrene things that children choke on because they think it's popcorn.
But you can use them as pretend snow.
You could...
At Christmas time.
Yes, maybe if you weren't clinically depressed, you could.
The thing that gets me is wrapping. I can't get my head around it.
It's the best thing about buying a gift, I think, when you're in like a department store and they go, do you want it wrapped? And you go,
yeah.
oh, yeah, don't worry about that. I did it last year, though, and I got a bunch of stuff wrapped, went to a big department store, got a bunch of stuff, got everything wrapped, and then didn't know what anything was.
Oh, that's, yeah.
I had to unwrap all the presents. I had my own little Christmas morning and went, oh, look what I got.
I do the thing that all blokes do at some point when wrapping presents, where you go, I might do this one like a cracker. I think you're the only person who's ever done it. You've gone, oh my God, I've just had an eureka moment.
And like they get bigger and bigger, it's a pair of shoes.
Yeah. Cracker.
What I do in most scenarios when I get given a present, the first thing I always say, it's a little tip of advice for you, very good. So open whatever it is, just open it, just look at it and you just go, this isn't my main present, is it? This is just some little bauble to go along with the main present, isn't it?
Are you sure you're not gay? Because you said bauble.
Yeah.
That's very gay, bauble.
Really? You're desperate to recruit new members, aren't you? You go, he said bauble, you're gay.
Of course they're recruiting. They can't make their own, can they? Let's have a look and see whether opening presents is one of your favourite things about Christmas. I think that's surprising. Yes, presents only came third. I used to do my shopping on Christmas Eve, but then I learnt my lesson. The garages opened on Christmas morning. No rush. I think the worst Christmas present is undoubtedly gift vouchers. Excuse me, can I ruin this money so it just works in your shop? Could you also give it an expiry date, like money doesn't have? OK, Jason's team.
What do we reckon?
I think the food. That's the best bit.
The food.
Yeah, because...
Jason, don't just clap the idea of food.
Oh, yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Once I spent Christmas with my friend about 2 years ago, which was the greatest get-off ever, because none of my family were there, right, which was excellent. Right, what we had for dinner was a goose with a duck inside a goose, and inside the duck was a chicken.
How
and
did they
inside
die?
The chicken...
What were they doing?
It was a pile-up, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a proper song.
They're all waddling through the village, and then one hit something, and they went... and the other one...
It's actually helpful to have eaten it. It's the most humane thing you could have done. But it really felt like I was just saying to nature, like, fuck you. Yeah. This is what I can do.
I've taken what you've offered and I've improved on it.
I'll tell you what's weird is when you do the chicken inside the turkey, inside the goose, but inside the chicken you put an octopus.
I don't think the Christmas dinner's all that, to be honest. No, I think it's a jumped-up Sunday lunch. I just think it's a bit full of itself. You know what I mean? One person.
There.
I mean, turkey...
That's fighting talk.
No, let's go through it, right? The turkey is shit chicken, innit? Basically, it's not as good. It's nowhere near as good as chicken.
Yeah, but it comes with jam.
It's so dry. I mean, my mum cooks a turkey for so long, you've got to drink some Vaseline so you can get it down your neck. No offence, Mum. Sprouts. I mean,
Oh,
Who first saw them and thought, they remind me of Christmas? They're little pockets of evil, aren't they, them? They're like the whole taste of a cabbage in one mouthful. Yeah. My dad calls them the devil's hemorrhoids, and that's how I stand by that. Tell you what I do hate, though, parsnips.
Oh, I love parsnips.
Oh, sat there pretending to be potatoes. That's what they're doing. Little pricks, that's what they are.
I like them.
Potatoes.
They're not better than
I like them,
potatoes.
but I do get-
What are you
They
talking
can't hold a
about?
candle to the potato.
You know what, I do get annoyed though when you see it and you go, oh,
Yeah.
bit of potato. It's just the shock.
It's
the...
better than a
What?
potato.
Who put honey on that? Oh, hang on, it's a parsnip, it's all right.
I've done worse. I went to a posh party once. They were having a
you
buffet.
didn't.
I did once. I did. What? I was working there. I know. I went in and they had a buffet, and I spotted Scotch eggs in the corner. I thought, oh, amazing Scotch eggs. But into it, falafel. Just in the face.
I went to a cocktail party once, and I was talking to this woman, and we were eating and drinking and things, and she had a little bit of food in the corner of her mouth, and I went across to her mouth, and I went like that, and it started to bleed. It was really embarrassing.
That is never good. Do you like the Christmas food?
I love it, everything. Chocolate, though. You have to start off with chocolate round about maybe 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I think that's really
3 in the morning?
Yeah, when you eat your selection box. Obviously.
You're eating a selection box at 3:30 in the morning?
You eat your selection box, and then when I was little, I used to eat my brother's selection box as well. And then I used to fold all the chocolate and then put it back in the selection box so that he thought that he was getting the selection box. And then he opened up and it was all eaten. That's horrible, isn't it?
We always think the Christmas dinner is what we have, and obviously all around the world they have different ones. In Jamaica they have like a curried goat on Christmas Day.
No.
They do.
No, they have turkey.
No, no.
Turkey.
In the Czech Republic, they have fried carp, right? And like where I live, Greggs do a festive slice.
But on the serious note, you know, it is a very nice thing to do if you can, is to take a stranger into your house and give them lunch. Obviously, it's risky that you could have just end up with some alcoholic dribbling at the table. But they turn out to be a lovely family, and I had a very nice day. So.
I'll give you a little bit of advice if you are cooking at Christmas. There's a book called Delia's Christmas, which is very good for nearly all parts of the Christmas dinner. It's excellent. But if you follow a recipe for Christmas pudding and you stir it the wrong way, I summoned up the devil. So, I'm just warning you, be careful.
Let's have a look and see whether Christmas dinner is one of the things you like most about Christmas Day. Yes, second on the list is Christmas dinner. Last year, I had a massive Yule log. Shouldn't have eaten so many sausage rolls. Fine. OK, Sean's team, what else do you like about Christmas Day?
Obviously, going to church.
Yeah.
Church?
Of course.
Go to church on Christmas morning.
Do you go to church on Christmas morning?
Well, I have to. I'm vicar.
As if the modern church doesn't have enough problems.
I feel really sorry for churches at Christmas because they get, like, it's like gyms in January, they get this big influx of people. And you can just imagine, like, on Boxing Day, the vicar with his wife being like, do you know, I really think it's picking up this year. I really think next week it's going to be, and then next week, no, OK, just you again. Okay.
I like going to church around Christmas and having a sing-song. Yeah, because you get a proper sing-song.
These days, do you not have to have a ticket to get in?
I don't know if you're aware of Great Britain, but religion not a big thing these
No,
days.
no, honestly, no, but in Christmas Eve,
There's
everybody piles in at
Well,
Christmas Eve.
in our church, there's bouncers for the midnight.
I got thrown out 2 years ago, midnight mass, and he said, have you got anything to confess? And I said, yeah, I thought this was a toilet.
Christmas is it's a little-known fact. It did start out as a religious festival. Do you want to see a clip of someone trying to regain that? It's just a trailer, but for a fine American film. Take a look. Makes you proud.
In Trapper Falls, Alaska, Christmas is the biggest celebration of the year.
This is the only time of year the entire world has this shared experience of peace and hope for the future.
But that's all about to change.
A formal complaint has been filed about the town Christmas decorations.
Now, to save Christmas,
Joe, what are you doing?
Season's greetings? It works for everybody.
Doesn't work for me.
He hates God. He doesn't want equal representation of religion. He wants none. I do have a problem with Christmas. and all the rest of the garbage you Christians have been jamming down my throat since I was a kid. You can't have a religious display on the site. Honey, please come down.
Back off! We are not gonna cave in.
Dan must defend the reason for the season.
It's not going anywhere.
You heard what the judge said, Dan.
That doesn't mean that you can ruin Christmas for everybody else here. I'm not gonna let you hold this town hostage.
Sometimes what really needs saving is the human heart.
Christmas starts with a capital C. Christ the Lord is the center of Christmas.
Christmas with a capital C.
Yeah. That was a trailer for Christmas with a capital C, and I think we all know what the C stands for. It's incredible, though, isn't it?
I don't get it. I don't get the joke. Like, they're right, those people, Jimmy. They're right to defend Christmas.
They are.
Yeah. Fuck you. Stand by that.
Has anyone here had a neighbour who puts all those inflatable reindeers and lights all over their house? And you know, I used to live next door to someone who did that, and they like 150,000 bulbs. Always it's the beginning of December, and he always come out. Ah, it's for kids. The kids. No, it's not. It's for you, you idiot. You like doing it.
I don't have those. You know those flashing lights? I don't have those because I don't think they're annoying enough. What I have is I have a light, really bright one. It flashes about every 15 minutes like a lighthouse. And it just basically wipes out the whole street. So people are just settling down like that and just... and it's Santa doing this.
Do you ever get carol singers?
Yeah.
So you get carol singers and they're not very good. Because they're not that good these days, are they? They come to the doors, a couple of them, hoping to get a few quid out of you. And I like to treat it as a staring competition. and they go, oh, come, oh, Eve, and you just, yeah. And they sort of stagger to the end of the first, that's all the only bit they know. And they carry on. Just do that until one of them cries.
My dad used to make me and my sister go and sing Christmas carols at an old people's home, and there was a woman that we'd sing to who had the biggest beard I've ever seen on man or woman. And you'd just sort of be trying to sing, but you just get transfixed in a sort of like, that could be Santa. That could be her.
My favourite carol is the traditional, very old traditional one. Here it is, Merry Christmas. I think they sang that at the manger. Everybody's having fun. I think Jesus in the crib went up. Look to the future.
Let's have a look and see whether going to church is one of the things you like most about Christmas.
Right.
Yes! Fifth on the list with 4% of the vote is going to church. I'm an atheist, of course, so I don't call it praying, I call it whispering into the abyss. I used to pray at midnight every Christmas Eve that Uncle Terry wasn't feeling too sexy when he came home. Oh, Uncle Terry. So we're trying to guess the best things about Christmas Day. Jason's team, what else do people like about Christmas Day?
What about telly? Because, you know, a lot of people build the whole day around the TV.
Christmas TV is I love it.
The only thing I don't like is when they have, like, something that I really like and it's only half an hour and it's fantastic and perfect, and then they stretch it out really, really long to make a Christmas special, and it's not really that special. Obviously, apart from this, that goes without saying.
You're not doing Christmas Day, yeah?
We might show one we made earlier.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Cheat it.
Yeah, essentially.
Not like the Queen. She can't pre-record it, can she, the Queen?
But she does record it.
Does she?
She records it.
She must do it live.
No, she records it and then they'll sit and watch her. She likes to watch herself.
Give over.
Yeah.
She pre-records. The Queen cheats. I'm happy to have a royal speech on Christmas Day, but they should let it be Prince Philip. Let's be honest.
Oh, that would be good.
That'd be brilliant. I'd love it.
Funny.
I met him, I did Royal Variety last Christmas, and obviously you get to meet him and that, and shake hands with the Queen, and they go past, and I thought, where shall I stand? And in the end, I thought, I'll stand here next to these lads who, Diversity, who'd won the, and I thought, surely standing next to Diversity as Prince Philip's coming along is the best place to stand. And, you know, the tall lad who the sort of leader of Diversity, he was going to meet him, and he come along, and I met the Queen, she's moved on, and Prince Philip says to the tall lad, it was very good dancing. He said, are you all one family? That's what he said to Diversity. Are You're all one family. And then it got worse. Then and they went, and the guy's laughing because it, was funny, like. And he goes, no, not really. Like, we're friends. A couple of us are brothers, but it's over. And then he goes, oh right, I see. Well, have you all come over for this one show?
Oh no, you didn't. Mr. Biggins, do you watch any Christmas TV?
Well, Morecambe and Wise, of course. I was brought up on that. The Christmas specials, they were absolutely fantastic.
They still rate tremendously today. People still watch them.
They do, and they were. I mean, it was a special treat, you know. It was everybody agreed that's what they wanted to watch, as opposed to all the other arguments about which channel we were going to have. Well, there's only 3 channels in those days, but
3 channels.
Yep.
3 channels.
And you had to get up off your bottom and switch the television channel
You did.
and sit back down again.
When was this?
Yes.
This was a long time ago.
When did they have 3 channels? They had 3 channels up till about 80.
Yeah, but Jason,
6 or
laugh
something?
away, right?
Yeah.
But we had 3 channels, but we've been to the moon. Your
True.
generation has done nothing.
That's very true.
In 1969, we went to the moon, still only had 3 channels.
You never went.
I'm part of the human race. We're all brothers.
So
That's
am
how I
I.
approach life. I've always approached life like that. Your
Why can't I
generation,
say I went
with
to the
all
moon?
your channels, where have you been?
You know what? You
Where
can
have you been with all your channels? We went to the moon and had 3 channels. Do you know why? Because we weren't watching that much telly. We were making rockets.
You know what? I'll stop you there, Sean. I'll tell you what. You could take your moon. You could give me a choice now. We can go to the moon, or you can have Sky Plus. I'm Sky Plus every time. I think it is better than the moon. Better than the moon.
Well, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You can have your Sky Plus. Yeah. I'm going to the moon.
And you'd be up there and you'd be bored because there'd be nothing on.
Amazing up there.
You're not honestly claiming you've been to the moon.
I'm part of the energy that created vision to go to the moon. Yes, I do claim it. Yes, I went to the moon.
That's quite... What else do you claim, Sean?
You won the World Cup, didn't you?
Yeah, I won the World Cup. Yeah, penicillin, that was mine.
Fought the Nazis.
I caused Nazism and stopped it. I was thinking about Christmas Day television and everybody on Christmas Day, being at home watching television. It's a brilliant time to invade, isn't it? So if you wanted to invade Britain, Christmas Day would be the ideal day. And it would take about 3 days before you even realised. You'd come out of your house and all the signs would be in Arabic. You go, and you'd be switching on your television, you go, I thought Dave was a bit weird. Grumpy old mullahs. Yes. The Kalashnikov 2860 is much better than these new rifles we are getting now. Middle East Enders. You coming to the Vic? Drinking is a disgusting Western habit! We're not going to the Vic.
The telly's really kind of depressing, though, at Christmas time, isn't it? 'Cause, well, the big shows are always like the soaps, and there's always a hoo-ha. I mean, there's something like, 33 million people watched Angie get her divorce papers served by Dent a long time ago. But 33 million people watched that. That's amazing.
There'll be a lot of people watching it when Dean Gaffney gets his hands chopped off for stealing. The square, in the middle of the square, everyone else. Pat Butcher going, no, you can't chop his hands off! You can't chop his hands off! He has been caught stealing!
I can tell you that Christmas TV is not in our top 5, incredibly. I thought it would be. I know where I'll be come 3 o'clock on Christmas afternoon, standing in the garden, taking 10 deep breaths before plastering on a fake smile and walking back inside. OK, fingers on buzzers, 2 more to get. Best thing... Go on.
Spending time with your family.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, it's best things about Christmas Day. It says best things, so that's a weird answer to give.
I like it. You like spend time with your family?
Yeah, it's good.
I sometimes, on Christmas Day, you're spending time with your family and, you think about those people who are alone on Christmas Day and you think, lucky bastards, don't you? You think, I bet they get to watch the Goonies.
All the way way through, no
All the way
interruptions.
through.
It's kind of a euphemism, though, isn't it? Spending time with your family. It's kind of it's loaded with implication. Usually, people say they're going to spend more time with their family when they're stepping down from public life. Because I was caught wanking a tramp off at a bus stop, and so I'm going to spend more time with my family now, whether they want me to or not.
They're not thrilled at the prospect.
People stay too long Christmas Day as well. I don't mind doing a bit of lunch for people, but then they hang around as if there's going to be more in it for them. They're never happy, are they? And then you get to, oh, it's 5, I suppose better off from a cup of tea. Do you want a cup of tea? Oh, I love a cup of tea. I suppose you want milk and sugar as well, don't you? Off we go. Really going to bleed this one for the next 4 days, aren't you? I can see it.
I bet you play loads of board games and that, don't you, Jack? I bet you're a
Well, actually, I don't play board games very much. Not really into them.
No?
Do you like a board game?
I love a board game. At Christmas Day, Trivial Pursuit, get a Trivial Pursuit out. But my dad's rubbish at it because he, for some reason, he does two things. He always reads the wrong answer. That's what he does. He always reads the wrong answer on the other thing and then just carries on with his go. And that's quite annoying. You know, you saw, what's the capital of the USA? Washington. No, Jeff Hurst. My go. You're like, what?
I don't see my family at Christmas. Hardly any of them, because they're always working, because they're all dwarves. Bring me the medal!
But all the games are not really designed like that. You know, you've got the old board games, but charades, you know, they play charades back in the day and that. And these days, you can't really... I mean, you try and watch your nan playing Wii boxing, you know what I mean? It's like sweating her arse off.
I think Nintendo ought to come out with a Wii knitting program so that old people can just pretend they're knitting and not actually make anything. And they can just email you the bloody jumper and you can say thanks so much and delete it and not have to wear it down the pub.
Well, should we have a look and see what the spending time with the family is up there? Let's have a little look. Yes, spending time with the family is the best thing about Christmas Day. Some people say the most stressful thing about Christmas is deciding which side of the family to spend the day with. I'm lucky, really, because I'm an orphan. I mean, I wasn't until last Christmas, but they just pushed me a little bit too far. OK, fingers on buzzers.
You went too early, you went too early! You went too early, you had last question.
Fingers on buzzers.
Is it...
No, yes, last question!
Is it...
You just said fingers on buzzers.
Yeah, and it was on buzzers. I've played this game before.
Let's find out who's really the fastest.
It's the same question. OK, so you go on buzzers when I say buzzers. Not just then. Fingers on buzzers.
Oh, yeah! Last question.
We've invented a new board game. Everyone wants to play this.
Fingers on buzzers, right? What else do people think of the Christmas Day?
OK, I'll ask the full question.
No, you can't have your finger on the buzzer.
OK, let's settle this once and for all.
Hands on laps, OK? Yeah?
Hands up there, yeah.
OK.
Go.
Fingers on buzzers. Let's see what else people like about Christmas Day. Okay, so just take a couple of deep breaths in the car. We're all upset. I just wanted everyone to be together and to have a nice day, and you're ruining it for everyone.
Winding me up, table!
OK, come on, what else?
I said it! It's drinking too much. It's drinking too much, isn't it? People drink too much on Christmas Day. That's what they say.
How do you judge? How do you know when you've drunk too much?
Do you know, when it says on a can of beer, remember to drink responsibly, that's just like a blur. Yeah. It's like Sanskrit.
Have you ever done that thing on Christmas morning? I do treat myself. I'm quite partial to a crunchy nut cornflake at the best of times.
Oh, yeah.
And I enjoy that with Baileys on a Christmas morning. Oh, what a treat. Oh, it was... I tell you what, though, there's people in their houses going, I've got both of those things. You drink a little bit too much at Christmas, or...?
Absolutely. Not just at Christmas.
What do you like to start on, the Buckfast first thing?
Yeah. Buckfast and Iron Brew. I like a cocktail.
I don't ever drink champagne on Christmas morning because, you know, when the cork goes, people hear that and they want some as well. I get a kick out of secret drinking, even when I'm allowed to drink. Even though I'm grown up, I'm 49, I'm allowed to drink in my own house, but I like to drink secretly. So I'll open a little can of lager, have that going from about half 8, glug, glug, glug. Keep it, have them around the house, and I'll just nip upstairs for a minute, I'll be upstairs. A little can of lager. And then about 12 o'clock, when everyone's arrived, and my wife will say, should we all have a drink? And I go, yeah, that's a good idea. I've got a march on them that way.
Let's have a look and see whether drinking too much is one of your favourite things about Christmas.
Because there's no more.
Of course it is, yes. Fourth on the list is drinking too much. It's always the same for me on Christmas Day. Start with a couple of beers, then a bottle of wine, then some mulled wine, because it's Christmas, then a sherry, because Gran's round, and then some breakfast. So those were your top 5 favourite things about Christmas Day. It's important to remember other faiths at this time of year. The Jewish people don't celebrate Christmas, but they do give themselves a little pat on the back because they made it all possible. And I think we can all agree the very best thing about Christmas is watching a confused cat's face as it shits out tinsel. So at the end of that round, Sean, Jack and Biggins have 3 points. Jason, Josie and Lorraine have 2 points. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here is your first one. Person you'd least like to spend Christmas with.
Ooh, Sarah Palin.
Palin is a good
No, Sarah, definitely, because she would probably kill something and throw it on the Christmas table, all bleeding, and you'd all just start to
You have to eat a polar bear or something.
Yeah, a big moose, a great big giant moose.
Yeah, a big moose. That's nice when you say it. A big moose in the hoose. A big moose. Santa, innit? He'd be well knackered after that Christmas Eve he's just had. You'll have to do the dinner, you'll have to do everything.
Oh, thank you. The giant in Jack and the Beanstalk.
Go on, why the giant?
It's horrible.
The thing I don't get about that story, right?
What?
Is that right, Jack, he's sort of portrayed as an idiot for buying the magic beans.
Yes.
But they worked.
It's a crucial part of the story. He comes home, he gets into trouble. They say, oh, you're an idiot. And, oh, I didn't know. And he throws them out the window, and they grow and they become magic.
You should just be happy you never ate them, because he'd be fox, wouldn't he?
Is it Mike Roberts?
Oh, yeah. Mike Roberts?
The bloke I know, he's not very nice. You wouldn't want to spend Christmas with him.
I'll give you a clue. He's in politics.
David Cameron, was it?
Nick Clegg.
David Miliband?
David's kids will be going, where's Uncle Ed coming round? He goes, Uncle who?
OK, he's the leader of a controversial party.
Nick Griffin?
Nick Griffin.
Nick Griffin is the right answer, Jason. Yes, the person you'd least like to spend Christmas with is Nick Griffin. Nick holds violently anti-homosexual views, but I'd like to reassure him that if he does go and fuck himself, it won't make him gay. OK, worst thing to do at the office Christmas party?
Just catch up on a bit of admin.
Go on.
I've never worked in an office, but in pantomime...
Which is my office, darling.
We have parties, and the worst thing to do at that office party for a pantomime would be to fuck a dwarf.
Mind you wouldn't have to look them in the face in the morning, would you?
That's true.
Have you ever?
No.
Have you?
No.
Because one of them's grumpy, and there's got to be a reason.
I have had Jeanette Cranky. Does that...
Have you genuinely had Jeanette Cranky?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You've had sex with Jeanette Cranky?
I have, yeah.
And she's happy with you telling people?
Yeah, very happy. We're very close.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, at one stage you were inside her.
You really had sex with Jeanette Cranky?
Yeah.
What sort of sex?
Why would he make that up?
I think quite weird, Sean. Quite weird.
What did you do first? Did you take the blazer off?
Oh, no. First.
No, baby, leave your cap on. Yeah.
Did you make her say Fan David Ozzy?
All the time. In fact, every time she...
Biggins!
Yeah.
Biggins, I already thought you were brilliant. You've gone up in my estimation.
What was the husband doing?
Was he filming the photographs?
OK, worst thing to do at the office party?
It's probably tell people you've had sex with Jeanette Cranky.
Is it either snogging the boss or telling the boss exactly what you think of him when you're really, 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 really pissed?
Well, I'll give you that. The worst thing to do at the office Christmas party is to insult the boss.
Well done, Lorraine.
I actually slept with the boss at the Christmas party, which was doubly bad because it's a family firm. Yeah. Me and my dad couldn't look each other in the eye for weeks. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Jack and Biggins have 3 points, but tonight's winners are Jason, Josie and Lorraine with 4 points. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Merry Christmas. Biggins, I'm going to ask you now, did you really sleep with Jeanette Cranky?
No, I didn't.
I'm more hurt by that than when I found out Santa wasn't real.